Hello my TBDs, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a bridal makeup trial and I am so excited to be able to sit down with you guys and test out my day of makeup for my wedding. I get married in a little over 2 months, so I needed to sit down and figure out what the heck I'm doing. I am doing my own makeup because I'm so particular and I know that if someone else does it, I'm gonna be like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. It's all wrong. Any of you guys who are very particular about your makeup know where I'm coming from. All right, let's get into the video. First, we're gonna focus on eyes because I do not want any fallout on my foundation on the day of the wedding. So the palette I'm gonna go in with is the Modern Renaissance. The palette I'm gonna go in with this is the Modern Renaissance palette, and this has a lot of meaning to me, especially because Chris bought it for me, so I feel like it's only right for me to use it on my wedding day. I don't think it's still set in that I am getting married in couple months. So like I said, I'm going to use the Modern Renaissance palette. There's a great range of shades in here that I can use to create the look that I want. But first, I want to prime my eyes. I'm going to use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. For a day like this, I want my eyeshadow to last. Get some on there. Every time I've used this primer, it has made my eyeshadow last so much longer than if I did not use this primer in particular. I'm going to go in with some translucent powder and just set that down. You always want to set your primer because it is sticky, and if you try and apply eyeshadow right on top of your primer, it's going to look really patchy and not so great. I'm taking the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Now that I have a base for my eyeshadow, I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here. They're called Golden Ochre and Burnt Orange. And I am literally just going to put my brush into both of those and start working it into my crease. I'm so excited to see how this look turns out. I have not sat down before this moment to practice a full face of my day of makeup for my wedding. I'm going to take a little bit of raw sienna right there, and just to make it a little bit more brown, put it in the crease, same as I did with the first two shades. Any of you who are planning a wedding or have had a wedding, I'm sure you know the stress of getting RSVPs back. We just got an RSVP back in the mail that had no names written on it, didn't say whether they were coming or not, and there was no postage stamp on it, so I had no idea where this came from. It'll be interesting trying to track that one down. So I think my crease is about done. I don't want to go too overboard with the dark smoky look, but I do want to add just a little bit of darkness to that outer V just to make my lashes look like they're more full. And I will have lash extensions for the big day. I am very particular about my mascara. That's the one thing that I can spend an hour doing and perfecting and nitpicking over. So I didn't want to worry about that. Just have them done and have them look really good. I'm going to take this fluffy brush from MAC, it's a 217, and go in with this dark shade right here. It's called Cypress Umber. It's a dark brown. This is the shade that I'm concerned about fallout with because I do know that it has a ton of fallout. I'm just going to start working this into my outer V. I don't want to bring it too far in, just kind of keeping it contained in my outer V. I do want this to be pretty bold though. I'm going to take that first brush that I worked with and just make sure that I am keeping this blended. Whenever I do my left eye, this one, I can only see this little blank spot on my eye that refuses to take pigment, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it has some sort of angst against me, that little spot, but I do not like it. Now that the dark part is done, I am going to take my finger and take the shade Primavera right there. It's a really pretty shimmery gold shade, and put this on my lid. I'm not bringing it too far over into that V, mainly keeping it just on the center and the front part of my lid. Ooh, it's already looking so good. I don't want this look to be too busy or complicated because on my day of, I just want something that I know is going to look nice and it's not going to be too over the top. I'm going to go back in with that MAC 217 brush and take Cypress Umber one more time and just make sure that that outer V is darkened, making sure that none of that lid shade got taken away. I'm going to add some liquid liner, and I don't know what has gotten on this. Like, why is it so dirty? This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I'm not going to make this too bold or anything, just to give my lashes a little bit of, I don't know, thickness. Every time I do liquid liner like this, I always end up going like thicker than I want. So I'm going to really try and keep this contained. See, like, that's a perfect line. Why can't it look that way in both eyes? All right, now to replicate this line and put it on this side. That's the hard part. I think that's pretty darn close, homies. With lash extensions, it is going to be a little harder to make that liner happen. I'm going to take a makeup wipe and just remove the fallout that happened from that dark brown shade. I'm being very careful not to adjust any of the eyeshadow right there or take it off. I just want to get rid of the fallout. I did not do my primer yet because I knew that I was going to be wiping my face with a makeup wipe, but I'm going to be taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water and my tried and true primer from Dr. Brandt. It's the Pores No More primer. I've been saving this because I know that I am slowly working my way down and I don't want to go buy a new one because it's like $45 and it's expensive, but it works really, really well to help control oil. I definitely want to work to control my oil on the wedding day, but I do want to have a little bit of a luminous glow so I don't look too matte and cakey. And the Dr. Brandt primer is tinted. This is a great primer for controlling my oil, minimizing the look of my pores, and I just think that out of all of my primers, it is going to be the one that lasts the longest and makes my foundation look the best. For foundation, I am kind of in between foundations, so I might combine this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte just because I love both of these. I love the longevity of this one, but I love how this makes my skin look. It's not too heavy. So I have a Bath & Body Works candle lid right here. I just like don't want to mix both of these on my hand, so I had to grab something different. And I'm going to go in with a sponge. That's how I choose to apply my foundation. So I'm just going to take this and start working it into my skin. I'm really hoping that combining these two will make my foundation last a long time but also look pretty natural. And the L'Oreal Infallible one also gives my skin a bit more coverage than just using the BB cream. But man, you guys, that BB cream is like to die for. If you have oily skin, it is amazing. Looking back, I always thought I was going to use a high-end foundation for my wedding day, but I don't think that's going to be the case. No other high-end foundation that I have matches up to either of these foundations. I want to go with what I know works for my skin. Hopefully on my wedding day, I will not have all of these little dots. And I'm going to pull this down my neck just to make sure that it looks okay and matches. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape. It's just one of the best high coverage concealers that I have. Put a little there. And if it doesn't look good, like the color, because I know that these two are a little off, I'm just going to use this one because I like it just a little bit better. I'm going to use a brush for this. Whenever I use a sponge to blend out my concealer, especially this Morphe sponge, it leaves little dots and kind of picks up my foundation, and I don't like that. So I am going to just drag this down. I'm also going to take the concealer and put it on my forehead, down my nose, and on my chin. I feel like the color is looking a little off. All right, hopefully that will look a bit more evened out when we add bronzer and all that stuff. So I'm going to set it with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I know that this powder lasts a really good time on my skin and it keeps me matte. Powder also makes my foundation look very, very smooth. I'm going to set my entire face with this powder because I do get pretty oily. For my contour, I'm going to contour a little bit today. I'm going to use the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to take it just on the very tip of this brush just to give me a little bit more of a shadow. For actual bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer. I have the shade Sweet Tea, and I like this because it adds a little bit more of a glow to your skin, and you don't have to add very much, as you can see. I like mixing the two because there's a lighter shade and a darker shade. I want to put just a little bit of definition into my cheeks, but I definitely don't want to do too much. For blush, I'm going to go in with this Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. This is a very long-lasting blush, and it's a nice neutral pink. At first, I wanted to use this one. This is the Laura Mercier Highlight in 01. I wanted to use this for my wedding highlight, but this ColourPop palette lasts way longer and I get almost the same exact shade as I do with this one. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm gonna just take a mixture of these two shades right there. This just lasts such a long time on my skin. It looks very natural. Yeah, that is a very, very pretty highlight. This one just lasts on my skin all day long. It is there from morning until night. I do not have another longer wearing highlight compared to this one, and I love the shade that mixing those two together gives me. These are pretty much all of my favorite products ever that last really well on my skin. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. This is a great product for longevity. It's waterproof, so if anyone throws water at my face, I'll be fine. Or if Chris decides to shove cake in my face. I told him don't, but we will see what happens. And I'm trying to make the inner part of my eyebrow just a little lighter than the rest of my eyebrow. My eyebrows will definitely look better than they do right now because I will get them waxed. I want my eyebrows to look a bit natural and not too bushy, not too filled in. You definitely want to make sure you're not putting too much of this product into your brows because it is very, very pigmented and it could look like you literally drew in your brows instead of having it be a little bit more of a soft brush look. Now that the face is done, let's go back to our eyes. I'm going to grab a little bit of this Cypress Umber shade again, but I'm doing it on a flat brush like this one. This is a Sigma E15 brush, and put this in the outer part, not bringing it in too much. I'm taking a fluffy brush and going back in with that raw sienna shade right here. That's what I'm going to use to blend this out with. I'm going to do my top and bottom lashes with mascara, but on the day of, I will have this just on my bottom lashes. I'm so excited for my wedding day. I can't tell you how ready I am to be a wife. Right after the wedding day, we are going to hop on a plane to Ireland for a little over a week. So I'm very excited about that. If you have any tips, if you've been to Ireland, if you are in Ireland, let me know what are some of the best things to do. I think we're going to Dublin, Wicklow, Cork, Galway, all the big kind of touristy cities. If you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments and I will look into them. I am still looking for things to do when we go. This is why I'm not doing my own mascara on my wedding day. It's gonna take forever. I think for my liner, I'm just gonna go in with a black liner, and my favorite one lately has been the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil. I am definitely gonna need waterproof liner because I am anticipating crying a lot. This eyeliner lasts a really long time on my waterline. I wonder if Chris knows. I'm going to see Chris later today. I wonder if he knows that this is going to be my wedding day makeup. And I'm putting this on my lower lashes as well. Initially, I want to do something a little bit lighter and not as bold, but as I'm thinking about it, like everyone, whenever I wear this eye look, everyone says your eyes are so pretty. And like, I want to hear that on my wedding day. So why not wear this look, you know? So the eyes are done. Pretty much everything except my lips are done. And I think I am going to use the liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star. It's called Gemini. Perfect, like nude for this look. I'm going to use this lip liner. It's from NYX and it's the Slide On, Glide On, whatever long lip liner name, and it's in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. Have to do a wear test of how this liquid lipstick does. Now I'm going to go in with this lipstick. I love how this lipstick smells. I think it smells like minty goodness. I love this formula as well. I might end up doing one of these two shades from Smashbox. I just took this lip liner again, and I'm going to mix these two shades together. I think this is what I want. It's the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipsticks. This is in the shade On Demand, and this one is in the shade Stepping Out, and I think I'm going to mix these two. One is just a little too pink, and one is a little too nude. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the look that I'm going to do, I think, on my wedding day. I might switch up the lip look, but I'm not exactly sure yet. I do want something nude, and I want something that is a liquid lipstick so that it will last all night. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on my future videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!